Good afternoon, everyone. Today we have come again with another topic which is very, very important for UPSC, which is how to analyze NCRT. What is the importance of NCRT in the UPSC preparation? So, in the UPSC preparation, the question which people have is whether and how we should start NCRT in the beginning, or are they really going to help to crack such a difficult exam like UPSC? So NCRT has to be analyzed in a very different way when you are preparing for UPSC. It is not the regular NCRT textbook like one used to do in their 10th, 12th, 11th. It is a very different way you have to analyze it, because now the level of conceptuality that you have to develop in order to give exam has to be different. I have stressed so many times that 2024 paper was entirely based out of the NCRT. If one has done the NCRT regularly and very thoroughly, then one can solve very, very basic questions, conceptual questions, which are thrown in different examinations. Apart from that, the questions which I'll be taking today is when to start NCRT, how to read NCRT, and how to analyze that direct questions are coming from there or not, and then whether you have to focus on only the basic terms of it, or you have to do your own research work on some of the terms of the NCRT. So if I talk about the first question, which is how to read NCRT. So if one is having a background of humanities already, and if he or she had a good interest in the art subject, then I would say that 9th is a good start, or maybe the 11th is a good start. But then one who is not aware of how you have to understand the NCRT, or maybe he is or she is weak in environment, geography, or any of the other subject for that matter, then he or she should start from the very basic, which is class 6th. Start taking one by one subject and start analyzing each and every topic. For example, in class 6, we have the asteroids, meteoroids, comets, and then the very basic definition has been given about them. But UPSC is not going to ask such a basic question. Then what is your homework? You have to understand that how one is different from another. So how asteroid is different from meteoroid, how meteoroid is different from the comets, what are the celestial body, what are the celestial body which are emitting the light, what are the celestial bodies which are not emitting the lights. So here lies your homework. You have to analyze that which part you have to focus more on. Conceptually, this topic is important, asteroids, meteoroids. I'm just giving one of the example. And then you can analyze in the PYQ whether the question has come or not. If you try to solve the questions from those prerequisite knowledge that you have gained so far, then you will be able to solve one or two options definitely. Here lies the importance of NCRT. Not many times I have seen people also, or students also, having difficulty in understanding the higher level NCRTs, for example, class 11th and 12th. Why? Because decoding the lines of the NCRT becomes difficult. Sometimes the vocabulary is difficult, sometimes the tonality of the tone of the statement is not been understood. So here lies the importance of the guidance. If you are not able to understand the NCRT, then you can definitely understand it through the right guidance. So if I say that throw a question on you or any statement on you, for example, if I say Himalayas are asymmetrical and made up of gneiss and schist. This is exactly the line of class 11th. And then one who is very weak in geography won't be able to understand gneiss and schist and what are they made up of. If I say Himalayas are made up of metamorphic rocks and then they have the limestone on the top of it, then this becomes very difficult to understand. So Step by step you have to move. Decoding the NCERT is also a humongous task for the students, and therefore you need the right guidance. The whole subject you don't have to take at once. You have to move step by step. Either you can go chapter wise, like chapter 1, chapter 2 of each and every class, or you can go the topic wise. For example, if you have to study the physiography of India, then you can start all the topics from the very basic, from class 6, 7th, 8th and 9th. The physiography of India has been given in all the respective classes. And then if you want to go chapter wise, that's your wish, totally. But my recommendation to every aspirant would be that do not skip NCERT just because they seem to be very, very easy for you. Some people assume it that apparently this looks very easy, and why the difficult exam like UPSC would ask a question from a very basic textbook which is NCERT. But if you analyze the past year questions, then you will understand how much importance the NCERT has in cracking the UPSC examination. For example, if I talk about how you have to read, right? So first we have discussed that how we have to go about it, right? Now, if any para comes, any paragraph of NCERT I am taking, then what I'll do, I'm writing one statement soil is the topmost layer of the earth, right? Now this statement, one statement only I have taken from NCERT. Now this statement becomes important. Why? Because first of all, you need to understand about the topic soil, how you have to start it, whether it contains the organic matter or inorganic matter as well. Whether my soil is of which type. So all the parameters become important. So when I say the topmost layer of the soil, then you have to analyze that whether the organic or inorganic part we are talking about, or just we are talking about the topmost layer. Then you have to identify how much topmost layer we have to analyze. For example, if I say the layers of the soil, right? If I am saying the topmost layer, then it would mean that it has a layer of O, which is a organic, then A, which is a top layer. Which consists of organic and inorganic part. So when I say the soil consisting of the topmost layer, it means that I'm talking about this layer, O, A, E, B, C. This layer has to be analyzed also. So likewise, you have to understand the topic. This is one of the examples which I have given to you. There could be many, many examples from each and every part, every topic. And then when you're analyzing the questions from it, most of the time the back exercise questions are also given in NCERT. Please do not skip that. Why? Because they are very important in strengthening your fundamentals. Small questions are asked on the back side of the question. Do not hesitate in solving them. Very important to get your concepts right. Very important to memorize few of the facts which are difficult to understand at the later stage of the preparation. And very short and long questions are also given in the NCERT, which can also help you in the mains answer writing. So this is how NCERT is building the whole fundamental block of your preparation. Start from class 6th or class 9th, that's your wish. But whenever you are starting, start it in a right way. Also, lot many times there is information given in the very small boxes in the NCERT, do you know? So those parts are also very important. Why? Because the question has been asked on those boxes also. Do not skip them while you used to skip them while you were giving your 10th or 11th. This time UPSC has asked lot many questions from that boxes also. Diagrams, those boxes, back exercise questions. Each and every line is important. If I talk about polity, constitution at work and political theory is very important. All the fundamental questions, not only for the UPSC preparation, but also for the mains answer writing. NCERT is going to help you a lot many conclusions, lot many intros. You can write just with the help of good understanding of NCERT. Or you can directly use those lines in committees or any cases which has been written in the NCERT. I'm talking about just polity for now. So Constitution at Work is a very wonderful book when you have to start the polity preparation, where you can understand each and every portion, executive, legislative, judiciary, fundamental rights, TPSP, judicial review, judicial overreach, everything in a chronology has been given. And then you can go further with the advanced level. And next subject, if I talk about geography. For geography, I would say it is the utmost fundamental and very important to do the NCERT. If I talk about physiography of India, climatology, oceanography, soils, rivers, drainage patterns, biodiversity, everything has been given in detail. And not only that, the tabulars, the tabs, charts which have been given, those small sections are even really important to understand. Same goes for history, your ancient, medieval and modern, ultra important for understanding and linking the whole timelines. Your Indian society, political independence, all these books, textbooks are important. Now you will ask me, ma'am, should I go for the digital copies, ebooks which are available, or I should go for the physical textbooks? So I would say whichever way you feel like. But if I would have be at your place, I would have taken physical textbook. Why? Then I could have underlined important terms very easily. I could easily access those textbooks, like which is I'm talking about at my convenience what I would have done. But then you can also see whichever mode you want to opt for. Apart from that, the diagrams which are given in the NCERT are also very important. There was a question I remember from UPSC 2021, and this was a question of environment, and this environment question came from the hydrological cycle, and somebody would have read that hydrological cycle in detail, would have solved that question. It was a question on H2SO4 and HNO3. how the pollutants or acidic rain, it was a question on acidic rain basically. So what are these pollutants which are being released? So somebody would have done that diagram very thoroughly, would have definitely attempted that question. If you want to make the notes from the NCERT, that is also, I would say, a good part for your preparation. I mean, that would really help you in strengthening your preparation. So what you can do, you can just go through the NCERT, have a first glance over the NCERT first, and which points feels important, then jot down those points or those statements. For example, chapter 1, make few of the keywords. Try to make the keywords out of it. Write those keywords, then chapter 2 keywords, chapter 3 keywords. And then again, if you are seeing that those topics has been repeated in the next class or standard, then you can add on then and there. This is how you have to build the whole understanding of the NCERT. Note making is important. Why? Because again and again you won't be going for the revision from the textbook only. You should have your own notes, so that once you have gone to the NCERT, you are confident, you are prepared. Now your notes are enough to give you a rough idea what all has been written in the NCERTs. And if you really want to prepare, aspirants feel that how to prepare NCERT, how you have to go for the GS foundation course, then aspirants are welcomed on the e-learning platform of Plutus IAS, where they can understand the fundamentals of NCERT through the online portal. For example, if somebody wants to do the distance learning, then they can avail the online foundation course along with the NCERT. And if somebody would like to attend the offline courses, then they can come for the same. But one need to understand that fundamentals of the NCERT can't be prepared without the right guidance. Therefore, the faculties, the teachers at the Plutus IAS are equipped well to help you in understand the whole portion of it. They know from where the maximum questions are coming. They have done their own analysis. They are well equipped, well trained. So if aspirants are really willing to start their journey of UPSC preparation, then one is welcomed to the Plutus IAS. Thank you.